How's it going, everybody? This is GoldenBolt, and welcome back for some more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. Last time we got started here in Silver Trench, and we ran into a lot of monster houses, as we did right now. That is what we're currently in, surrounded by a whole bunch of Pokemon here on floor 17. So, in this episode, we're going to be speeding up, a little bit of Silver Trench. I'm not exactly sure how far we'll get through, but we'll see how far we get in this episode. So guys, let's take out this monster house and get going. Alrighty, here we go. Finishing up, well, not really finishing up Silver Trench. There's a lot left to go by the end of this episode. Thankfully, there aren't nearly as many monster houses as we ran into last time. You'll see some like good orb usage for one of the first times in this entire LP. Especially in those, like, gigantic rooms where you're completely surrounded. Like, you know, that last episode we ran into that one giant room and I just was, like, lost it. But, thank God for those, I think it's like a Petrify Orb or something. You'll see what I do here. Yeah, Silver Trench is a tough one. It's really long. 99 floors is a long time. You don't really think about how long of a dungeon that is until you look at the time and see how long you've been playing and see it's been, like, an hour. Just to get through about 50 floors or something like that. Not really, but you know what I mean. Also, these spheels are like freezing me in this right here in this room. These are spheels. These are like, I mean, while I'm unsure of the level, we're only on the 17th floor, and we're already getting, like, GB's already getting frozen solid. So, you know, of course, that's just gonna get even better and better from here on out. Man. I'll be glad to finish this one, definitely. This is a tough one. We should be able to finish it up in the next episode, definitely. I didn't want to put all of the floors in this episode because we would be going this would be going so fast. You'd barely really be able to focus on what's on the screen there. Picked up Ice Beam. While I might be adding that to a GB's moveset later, I didn't want to right at the moment. Just for the off chance of, you know, dying or something, I guess. I don't know. I suppose I decided against it. It's been a little bit since I, recorded this episode, so my decision process is not fresh in my mind. But there was another monster house there. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't nothing like compared to the last one where we just had monster houses every other friggin' floor, it seemed. I really should have picked up, one of those spikes or, something like that from the Kecleon store. And here we are on part 2 of the wild Pokemon. Yep, where this dungeon actually has 3 sidebars worth of wild Pokemon you can encounter here. While they all aren't recruitable, also reminder, Vaporeon is your special Pokemon in this dungeon, being found on floors 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Nowhere else but those floors. And he is unrecruitable, so, but you can find him, so it kind of makes him a little unique. Stick out above the other scum we've got floating around in this pool. Yeah. Not too much. I mean, it's Silver Trench, man. It's real. I hadn't really paid attention to how just kind of, it's almost monotonous. It's not it sort of is, but just like the constant repetition of the Pokemon, they don't change enough, really. There's, like, if you look at Muck, or I suppose Grimer there on the sidebar, and Amistar, that's like 9 floors to encounter the same Pokemon over and over again. And down at the bottom, you'll see Dratini there for doing the same thing. Wailmer also. That's kind of just the standard, it looks like, for this whole dungeon. That's kind of a lot. I mean, that's a long time. Granted, it is a 99 floor dungeon, so what exactly are you going to do? But running into the same Pokemon over and over and over and over again kind of starts getting annoying. But, you know, we're almost done. I say almost, being 26 floors, but one more episode of Silver Trench should do it. And then we'll be back at the smaller dungeon. And man, I cannot stop losing all of my abilities to use my moves there. I'm running through traps, and these guys are just, look at Quentin flamethrowing people. Yeah, and like the monster houses, he was using just no moves, just using his basic A attack. So I had to switch him back to exclusive move user because he's getting to be a little annoying there. I just don't get what his obsession with quick attack is. Maybe he's considering, hey, these are water type Pokemon. Fire won't do very good on it, but you gotta consider that stab attack there, Quentin. I don't know if he's smart enough to fully understand that. So recently in Pokemon news, I suppose that's something I can talk about. We had, I guess, I don't know if everyone keeps up on it, but we were kind of introduced to Diancie, I guess, the new legendary Pokemon, I'm assuming, the Rock and Fairy type, and first off, I have a whole problem with Fairy-type Pokemon. Despite them being as great as they are, when you're using them, they're kind of a little not... Oh, okay. I will hold that thought for a moment. Carvanhas in this dungeon are absolutely brutal. They will reflect half of the damage that you deal back to them. So it's in your best interest to throw as many things at them before they get to you as possible, and then dish out the damage as they're about to be KO'd. So you'll see a lot of danger when I come across Carvanhas here, and I'm also getting really unlucky running into those grimy food traps. But yeah, Diancie, Rock and Fairy type, and I guess it's not exactly serving as DLC, I guess, but it's a Pokemon that we'll be able to obtain after the game was released, and I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to, and in the world of DLC and things like that, I'm not used to seeing Nintendo pull one of those, and I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, of course we had Deoxys and stuff like that earlier, but that was kind of a little different. Genesect and Genesect was kind of already in the Pokedex before he was you were able to kind of get him through means of course, action replay and things like that. But still, he wasn't not included in the Pokedex after the game came out. I found that just a little strange that Diancie wasn't even mentioned before, and now all of a sudden, I don't know. I guess it's with the opportunity of them being able to do something like that is kind of good, but I'm not a fan of them introducing things that they haven't introduced before. That's what a lot of people were like considering with Smash Brothers and things like that. That they would start to add. Oh, check this out, Monster House. They're just kind of enclosing on me, and I'm like, nah, I'm not having any of that. Look at all of these guys. There's 2 Carvanhas over there. Nope. What? You'll see. You'll see here. You'll see here in just a moment. Look at how enclosed I'm getting there. Petrify Orb. We're gonna use that right now, and everyone's gonna get petrified, and we're just gonna mosey on over to the stairs. That's how you deal with that problem, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you deal with that. But yeah, I'll see. I mean, of course, we're still in the early stages of hearing about Diancie, so maybe I'll warm up to her a little bit. But being a Rock and Fairy type is a strange choice. There's a lot of resistances. Fairy types, as they are, kind of are one of the most resistant, if not the most resistant, types you have in the game. Oh, stupid Carvanhas, man. Its only real, like, defensive weakness is being Steel and Poison, and Poisons are kind of statistically weak anyway, so it's a little weird that they've just got so few weaknesses and so many things they're good against. Like, having like such strength over Dragon type is, I don't know, I feel like it should have a much bigger weakness, because when you're playing competitively and a Fairy Pokemon comes out, you better, like, it's something to be afraid of. When you see somebody throw out a Sylveon, stuff gets real. really, really quickly. Especially with the popularity and, you know, higher status of Dragon type Pokemon. It's scary when you come across a Fairy type. Maybe they'll add more defensive weaknesses later on, but I mean, they've never done that really before, so we'll have to see. And yeah, see, that's what I mean, those gosh dang Carvanhas, man. And it's just, the problem is, the worst part is that it's just under, I'm hitting it for just under getting him to be defeated. So if I would just be able to hit him just a little harder, just maybe even 20 more damage, he wouldn't have to reflect that damage back onto me, which kind of just makes him just really, really annoying. Because it's right there on the cusp of defeating him, and he just kind of slaps you in the face and goes, no! Losing PP constantly for Scratch. And you saw Disable earlier. And look at all these friggin' traps! And finally we're introduced into the area of the dungeon where they're leaving spikes and things around like that. As you saw on the, I think now 2 floors ago. Yeah, grimy food! It gave me a burn! Hooray! See, in Tentacruels confusing you and just prolonging their inevitable demise because they know they're not gonna beat us. So he's just gonna they just prolong it. They're like, it's like Greenie in our fight with him on Pokemon Leaf Green. He just kind of constantly was using full restores when he when he was down to about like 2 HP to go, just constantly doing it over and over again, so his precious Arcanine wouldn't go down. But oh hey, and we're hitting level 40 on Quentin there finally. It's only been 42 episodes, and we're finally getting up there to the level of, I guess, Fiery Field, which we already cleared through. Barely, but it was done. That was a tough one. But we'll have to be revisiting Lightning and Northwind Field, which are later on. Of course, I'm sure you all know. And hey, look! An iron spike down there, I believe that is. Iron Thorn. I was gonna say like an Ice Thorn. Which one is? Got a lot of orbs there somehow. Didn't really notice myself picking up that many orbs, I suppose, when I play it. Oh, look at how silly Wailmers look in this game. Just their teeth are just like all over the place. Their teeth are huge. They look absolutely hilarious. But hey, and look at that. Before you know it, we're already at floor 40. We get over halfway by the end of this episode, which means we should be able to finish the entire dungeon by the next time. Thankfully, and hopefully, we'll have a new recruit on our hands. That would be very good. It is a little forgiving, though, Silver Trench, being that there's several times where you end up in the same room as the stairs now. Despite the dungeons being randomly generated, everything I've seen, most footage I've seen of Silver Trench features these very, very large rooms, so it's pretty easy to navigate through. But you know, you have the stairs very, very close. Oh, Remoraid done very quickly. Quentin went beast mode right there. That's what he does constantly. He doesn't look at that. I didn't even tell him to, and he's just like, oh, is there a fish I should deal with? Barbecue. Barbecue. That's what he does. That's what he's here for. He's here to get some nice barbecue. And we're already out of moves again! Gosh, I don't know how we're going to be able to get through these last, like, 40 floors by the end of this episode. It should be exciting. And, oh, look! Dratinis can be found now! They can be recruited, actually, despite their low recruitment rate. You can recruit them, though I would not advise it right now, seeing as though there is something waiting for us at the end, causing all these weather anomalies and pissing off the legendary birds. But, you know, they're pissed off about most things, so... What's new, right? And another monster house! No, that's okay, I'll just walk to the stairs. We lucked out 2 of those giant monster houses in a row. Those are, you know, programmed to happen on certain floors. Mostly being on ones that end in 5. You had one in 25, 55, I think, and the next one is probably, if we're following suit, I'm assuming 75. But, who knows? I don't know. I think that might be it. It could be. It's probably 85 now that I'm thinking about it. But I don't remember. But yes. So yeah, that was my rant a while ago. I kind of got sidetracked about the Fairy-type Pokémon. But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that all turns out. I don't mean to harp on one of the best game franchises of all time. But, you know, if it's nice to pick at things once in a while. And we're nearing actually nearing the end here of our of this installment into Silver Trench, with just one floor. Well, we're actually going to be finishing this floor and ending off the episode right here, going through 58 floors. Alrighty, I think we'll be ending it off here, everybody. Got to floor 58, and I think that's a good place to stop for now. I think we did a pretty good job, and the next episode will definitely finish this place up. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this installment of our adventure. From me to you, have a very nice day, and I'll see you guys next time.